McLean Barbershop, Talk of the Town 918 edition. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918. We got a special guest, two special guests, back-to-back state champions, back-to-back state champs. Well, we wasn't going to let them in because they kind of did us wrong like 2 years ago when we played Booker T, but we had to get them on. We got a special player. We got Dylan Warlick, and we got Coach Scott Norris. Appreciate you guys coming up here.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
For sure. Dylan, thank you for coming. You have to open up a little bit. Coach, talk to us about how is it too early for
It's still early. No, we're good.
Okay. In college, you're going to have them 5 a.m. walkouts too.
Man. That's right.
Coach, talk to us about how you got started coaching and where you come from and all that.
You're going to go way back in the archives. I'm old for that. No, it's just, when I was younger, I just always wanted to be a coach. My high school coach was a big influence on me, and just the belief he had in me. It's what I always wanted to do, and I was fortunate enough to play at Oklahoma Baptist. And my last year, Coach Bob Hoffman came in.
So you played with Clay Martin at OBU?
I'm older.
Oh,
I'm older
okay.
than Clay. I'm older than Clay. I recruited Clay.
I got you.
But I played for Hoff my last year, and then was able to stay with him for 3 years as assistant, and just a great basketball mind, especially offensively. He's probably one of the best in the country. So, and then I stepped into the women's role from there as a 25-year-old kid, really taking over OBU's women, and was there 6 years, built a program, and had some success. So and just loved it, and got the D1 bug. Thought, great coaches are only at D1, so I went to Missouri State as an assistant and coached in the Final Four my first year.
With the girls?
Yeah, with the girls. We had a player named Jackie Styles.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Until Kelsey Plumley broke her record. She was the all-time leading scorer in Division I history, so got to watch that. It was easy in a timeout. The head coach would say, hey, what do we need to do?
Give her the ball.
Jackie scored 20 straight. It's kind of like, hey, what do we do with Dylan? Let's just throw the ball to Dylan.
Exactly.
But I'd always wanted to be a high school coach and kind of affect young people, and so my wife is from Tulsa area, went to Tulsa Union, so we moved back to Coweta and coached all 3 of my kids there, loved it, and, and Edmond North came open when my youngest graduated, and I'd always been intrigued by Edmond North because it was a lot like the school I grew up in.
I got you.
Was fortunate and got the job, and we've just seen it build over and over.
For sure.
Dylan came to camp I think before his 8th grade year, and I went home and told my wife, I said, I think I've seen the best 8th grade kids I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I'd seen a few because my kids played at AU Nationals and all that stuff all through the years. I said, man, this kid's really good. And our first tryout, he dunked on our starting post player as a pup. It was COVID, so it was kind of we got to have a couple workouts with him, and then we had tryouts, and he dunked. We had a big kid named Abe, about 6'7", 240, 245, and he dunked on him in tryouts. And so it's been really good. It's been a great run for me coaching. I am older, but I feel like I've evolved with the game. I'm not doing the same things we were doing in 1994 at OBU. Philosophically, offensive-wise, I still kind of think the same, but we're running different stuff, and we're doing different stuff than we did last year.
Right.
I just don't. I get a little bit bored. If we do the same stuff over and over and over, man, I'm bored. If we practice 2 hours, I'm bored.
Yeah, I believe it.
If they're running sprints and conditioning, what are we doing? Let's just play. So it's evolved. It's changed a lot through the years, but it's been fun, and high school kids are fun to be around. I enjoy it. I'm set up good at Edmond North. Teach 3 hours. They don't bug me a lot about it.
Sure.
So, Dylan has me as a teacher. So, It's the only class he's got 100 in. But no, it's fun. I really enjoy it. Young people are great to be around. It's just something I always wanted to do.
Amen.
So, Dylan, talk to us. How did you get started playing basketball, and who do you give credit to putting the ball in your hands first?
I would say definitely my dad. I started when I was young. I mean, I played every sport. Basketball, football, baseball, soccer growing up. But basketball definitely just stuck with me. It's what I loved growing up. In first grade, I probably started heavily playing it. Traveling around the country playing it. First grade. First grade. You think back on it, it's crazy now to say that. It's crazy now to say that. But I just always loved it. Growing up, played for the same AAU team for. I've always played. Same AAU team for 6 years, and I played with Griffin the rest of it.
And you was playing with BTR first, right?
BTR forever. BTR forever. Yeah. And then went to Griffin. Made that transition 7th grade. And then, Griffin all the way out. Just finished 17U, So it was definitely good. Loved AAU. High school, I've been, my elementary school I went to is right by or Edmond North. So
Gotcha.
It's definitely how it started.
What's some of your hobbies you do outside of football? Football, I said football. Basketball. What's some of your hobbies you do outside of basketball?
Oh, really? Not much. Video games, friends, It's really about it. There's not a lot I like more than...
What is
it?
You
didn't specify friends.
Oh, okay. Girlfriend?
What?
That sounds good. That's good. I'm sure she keeps you out of trouble, though.
I like girls, yeah. No, I don't got a girlfriend for the most part, so,
okay.
So
I love this relationship. Because I was just finna tell him he better shout out her name, because
I would. So.
He wouldn't know which one to shout out.
Coach gonna get you in trouble.
That's what I'm saying. But there's not a lot I like off the court, So there's not a lot I do off the court besides basketball. I'll say that.
Okay.
Hobbies wise.
Got you. Let's get into your team a little bit, Coach. Let's talk about first. Because when you win, you lose. It's always the head coach. Give a shout out to a couple of your assistant coaches and tell us about some of your players you got coming.
Well, right when I went to Edmond North, of course, Mr. Edmond basketball, Coach Dan Hayes. I reached out to him and, hey, anybody that need an assistant. I need a good one, because at Coweta I had a great assistant that had been there 34 years, and it was a little easier at a 5A program, kind of do everything yourself. Right. I knew going to a 6A program, hey, this is going to be different.
Especially at Edmond, it's big. Yeah.
And he gave me one name, Corbin Byford. He'd just gotten done playing at UCO, and I called him up, and he came in, and he says he was dressed up, but I'm pretty sure he's in t-shirt and jeans. And we talked, and we just clicked basketball wise immediately. And he played at Oral Roberts for a couple of years and finished at UCO. Great player, and he's what I wanted. As far as a post coach, and his mind, worked really well with basketball. So took him to the principal that day, and he, taught math, so it was kind of automatic. And then Brandon Mitchell was already there. He was assistant on the 2017 state championship team also. So he's got 3 rings, and got one for volleyball too. So he's stepped in. He was freshman coach, and then we hired a guy named Justin Smart year 2 that took over our social media and just did a great job with it, and was kind of the analytics guy. And we just lost him. He became a youth pastor. So we're short one assistant coach now, but Corbin's an amazing mind, and they're Coach Mitchell knows his role and does a great job in his role. So we're very, very fortunate. Player wise, 7 seniors. A little bit different. We lost, 2 significant players off of last year's championship team. TJ Strong graduated 6'7", 3-man. We were really big last year. And then T.O. Barrett went to Link Academy, Missouri signee. So, but, we've had a lot of guys that have been a part of winning and that just hadn't been on the floor a lot, that have stepped up more in their role. Keontae Tramble moved in over the summer. Actually had 30 on us in the state final game 2 years ago. So,
I remember. Yep. He was at Moore, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad we're not having to coach against him.
For sure.
And he's come in. Him and Dylan have had a relationship for a long time. He was a John Ross elementary kid right there at Edmond North
since 2nd grade.
Yeah, I got you.
I actually played against his dad in college. I was a little bit older than his dad, but his dad was a great player at St. Gregory's and the TCU. So he's come in. He's got a great basketball mind, great feel for the game, and has done a great job of kind of facilitating, and has been awesome for us. And Bryce Potts, a 6'6", senior post player, started his sophomore year. I brought him off the bench last year.
Big, right?
He's a big, strong kid.
I remember him. Yep. He played his sophomore year a little bit.
Yeah,
Yep.
he started his sophomore
Yep,
year.
remember
So he's gotten a lot better. He played for a different AAU team this summer and kind of had to be the man. So he developed a little bit more confidence, and he's gotten so much stronger. It's just crazy. And Dontrell Yearby is a senior. He was a move-in from Northwest Classen last year.
Okay.
He'll have the ball in his hands a lot more now and be able to, shooting wise, we really need him to be a great shooter for us, which he is. So he's an amazing kid that, defensively we can just say, hey, this is your responsibility. He's going to get it done.
Gotcha.
Xavier Ross has played since his sophomore year. He's a little bit heavy right now, 6'7", 6'8",
He played football, right?
He played for a couple of
little bit.
weeks.
Yeah.
It's just not his sport, just not a sport. I mean, he probably, if he had been playing from a younger age,
He'd be
there's
Division
no
I
doubt,
Division tackle.
They convinced him to come out of football, told him he was going to be a tight end, actually an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he's getting in shape. He's missed some time from illness and injuries, he's getting into it. And then Tatum Ridge is one that's played minutes off the bench since his sophomore year. That's
Little
gonna
guard.
left-handed
Yeah,
slasher.
I like him.
Yeah, it makes things happen defensively. Long played his best game of the year against Broken Arrow in the finals last year, so he's got to step into more of a role. And then Landon Fitzgerald hasn't been on the floor for us at all. Actually signed with an NAI school in Iowa. And we're looking for him to come in off the bench and be that shooting threat from three for us. So, and then we've got a couple younger guys that are going to have to step up and play. 6'6" Logan Knoll kid, the left-handed post kid. He's going to play more, and we've got a 6'10" that's still trying to develop and get find his way. Really on what his strengths are. So we're excited about our team. Really, really close-knit team. I'm trying to tell them to get out of the locker room, go home. They're hanging out and. Saying they're going to play Fortnite at home because they don't believe me that I can play Fortnite. But no, it's a great group to be around. So we're excited about this year. We're different.
Yeah,
we're different, and that's a good thing. I don't want to be the same.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to be the same.
Let me ask you a question, Dylan. Coach said you dunked on somebody your 8th grade year, and just witnessing you guys, because like we talked about before the camera got on, we got the chance to play against you with his boy your sophomore year. Did you know coming into Edmond North, and Coach, you can answer this also, that your class was going to be as special as it is?
I always used to say it, like middle school, I used to say like we'd be really good sophomore, junior, senior. Because middle school, I think we lost one game all through middle school, so 39-1. So we were really good, but it was middle school, It's definitely different when you get to high school. But we had the same group of guys always. And then, my freshman year, I think I was our only guy that played, really, varsity. But our freshman team was really good. So, sophomore year, going into sophomore year, I thought we were going to be really good.
But state championship wasn't on your mind.
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't because we were really young. No one really knew that we were going to be that good. And we lost a lot of games in the regular season.
I did, yeah, I remember that.
That were
like 5.
Well, more than what I'm used to.
But what's crazy?
More than what I'm used
You know what's crazy about this, though? We scrimmaged y'all at the beginning of the year. Do you remember that, Booker T?
Yeah.
We came down to Edmond North.
We came down to Edmond North.
That's right. That is right. Yes.
And at no time did I say to myself, both these teams are going to be a top team in the state.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't think either team would be that good, to be honest with you.
I remember that. I think Del City was at that school.
No, it was just us two.
Just
us two.
Yep. Right after football, it had to be because I think
TJ. I don't think TJ played.
Yeah.
TJ had shoulder surgery, and Xavier Ross.
I've been Super 5 both years, so I would obviously that's one of my goals. But there's not a lot of personal goals for me personally. It's really
Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, you can say that. I think I should have got it my sophomore year.
Oh wow, for real?
Who got it that year?
JVC.
That's right.
Sure did.
I averaged 2010. We won state as sophomore, but
I mean, did you have to bring up those old wounds?
I was just saying, but this year I said I don't have very many personal goals this year. Just three-peat, honestly.
Got you.
For sure, the
I
biggest.
mean, should I bring up I was mad Norm Stewart didn't recruit me to Missouri?
Hey, am I wrong though?
I didn't disagree.
I love this relationship. What's some of your team goals?
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, it's harder now because, I mean, that's kind of the expectation and everybody talks about it, but we don't set out and say, hey, this is our goal. We really talk about more of the daily habits we need to create to be there.
Yeah.
You know, if we're doing the right thing on a daily basis, then that goal will happen. I mean, every locker room in the state sitting in there saying, hey, our goals want to be
That's
state
a
champions.
fact. That's a fact.
You know, but do they really know on a daily basis what it takes?
That's a fact.
You know, so we push the weight room hard. We, you know,
Right.
we talk about habits all the time. It is different because they have had so much success. So I can't, you know, some of the
Is it
stuff I
hard
say,
coaching them, though?
I mean, they can call me out and say, well, come on, coach, that's BS. You
I
know,
got
like,
you.
Come on,
I
you
got
know. Or they've heard it.
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
I've got to, you know, try to figure out different ways to phrase something, or, you know, or like he is back there like, oh, I've heard this speech before.
That's a fact. That's
I
a
know
fact.
what a coach
That's
is
a
going to
fact.
say.
Well,
You
so
know.
let me ask you this then. Since you know, what motivates them though?
Winning,
I got you. I got you.
the competition.
You step up to the level like when you said the Booker T game.
Yeah.
You didn't know they was gonna perform like they did, but
Right.
they performed.
Dylan, I mean, to me is like the most competitive kid there is, and affects winning on every level of basketball. Not just, you know, yeah, he can score or whatever, but, you know, block shot or rebound or, you know, whatever he needs to do. And that, you know, Tio was the same way. He was ultra competitive.
That's why we won
you
too.
know,
Both of us
yeah,
were
sure.
really,
Yeah,
really,
sure.
really
And
good.
T.O. is kind of like a wild animal.
Yeah.
Competitive. You know, he's different than that. You know,
Right.
he gets hammered and nailed and foul. You know,
Well,
never
yeah,
loses,
I'm,
you
a
know,
lot, I'm a lot more calm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
never get too high, never get too
Yeah.
low.
Yeah,
but
right.
he's
And
high.
T.O.'s
low.
just like,
it's never in between.
You know, but it, you know, it fit and it worked. So I think, along with that expectation of greatness, and they've worked hard. You know, we could have, you know, I had coaches call me, oh man, my kids are coming back from AAU. They don't want to lift. Is Dylan lifting? Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 350 on the bar right now, squat.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
he's doing it. You know, well, I mean, what are your kids doing? Oh, they say they're tired from the weekend.
shit,
Well, you know, Dylan got back from EYBL Sunday. They, you know, played their 4 games. He's working again. So, just that culture that really he's set in that class. This class of seniors set that, hey, we're going to come to work every day.
Got you.
Let me ask you this before we take a quick little break. You guys get to play in 2 Big Top tournaments this year, TOC and the Bass Pro. You guys ready for that, you guys think? Dylan?
I'm really excited.
Right.
I am too. Yeah.
Hey, Dylan.
I played in the Bass Pro when it came back.
Yeah,
Really?
Dylan.
Yeah.
The Bass Pro is different.
Yeah, it's different.
it is,
well,
but
you
it is
but the good thing about it is he's played at
So-
EYBL.
so-
But not as many people, though.
yeah, this one.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like I said, probably they'll say the best team.
Yeah.
All the 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I played against their entire team.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
EYBL is a different. I mean, you play against everyone from across the
Sure,
nation.
for
Best
sure.
players across the nation. So I mean, I'm used to it. Some of our guys definitely aren't.
Yeah, for sure, for
Which
sure.
is different when you're from Oklahoma. So, but I think we're a very good team, well coached. We can beat anyone. I
Yeah,
think.
For sure.
Let me ask you this also. Do you think playing in the EYBL make the game slower when you come back and play 6A basketball?
It's easier to score on the EYBL than it is in high school basketball.
Damn.
For me.
Why is
I get straight one-on-ones EYBL.
Lord, that's a
No one
fact.
can double me.
That's true.
I mean, there's no doubling EYBL. I mean, this year I put up crazy points.
Yeah,
This year
you're
it's
right.
just one-on-one every single time. High school double team every
I
time.
got you. That makes sense.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes
So
sense.
people when I say that they
think
act
it's not-
surprised.
but
it's true.
It's
I'll
the truth,
say
though. Yeah.
It is true.
If you know basketball, it's the truth. You ain't getting no zones. You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, straight one-on-one.
Not very
EYBL.
many scouting reports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
So
For
I mean,
sure.
I walk in. No one. Some teams don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
Put 30 on them. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
It's a lot different. For
I
sure.
got you.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918 edition. And we got the 2-time defending state champs, Edmond North, in here with us.
This episode is brought to you by the Smith Family Agency. It's simple. They make sure you have the right insurance coverage on your home, auto, or business. They also have the best prices for insurance in Oklahoma. Call my guy Brian Smith with questions, and he will give you a quick quote. We trust him to always do the right thing for you and your family. Call Smith Family Agency at 918-417-7400 and tell them the Bubby sent you. Back at McLean Barbershop, Talk of the Town 918. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918 edition.
All right, let's go back to the Tournament of Champions. We got some big-time matchups. You got Dale, Crossings, Owasso,
Weatherford.
Yeah,
Hell, and there's one more. Metro, that's who it is.
Oh, yeah.
And okay.
Oh, that's right, that's who. So anybody you want to play specifically? Before last week, we talked to Dale and Owasso, and they both said they want to play y'all bad.
Yeah.
I would say one specifically that I want to play is definitely Crossings because last year.
Oh, they beat y'all.
They did beat y'all. I forgot they did beat y'all.
That's definitely.
It was a forgettable game.
That would definitely be the one.
I got you.
I mean, in the rest, good competition.
Right.
It'd be good games.
I got you.
What about you, Coach? Anybody?
Whoever the bracket gives it.
That's a coach answer.
Answer right there.
No, it's exciting. I mean, because Dale's on. I mean,
40
a
game
better run than
41.
us. I mean, win streak and all that. Dayton's a great player. I went to college with Jeff. Owasso's tough. They're up and coming. They're kind of like we were, 2 years ago with young kids coming in. So they're going to be on fire. I think it's you saying that everybody's wanting us is kind of a fun place to be in.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that means we've been doing something right. So we're trying to convince our kids, even scrimmages, hey, everybody is dying to play us.
That's for sure.
We're going to get everybody's best shot. So it's fun not being that, I wouldn't want to be that team that's, oh, this is a trap game.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
good. They're looking, hopefully in Bass Pro, that's 3 games that somebody might be looking over.
Man,
past us,
so
that'll be fun to be in a little different, situation there. But, Tulsa, we weren't as good last year as what we wanted to be, especially first round against Crossings. We finished really good, beating Union and Bartlesville. So we want to be better. I think that, there's some things I would have changed. We played at 10:30 that first morning, and we drove up from Edmond that morning. We should have stayed the night.
I got
you. So there's some things, learning experience there. That's not an excuse.
No. Sure. But we know Dylan's not a morning person. You already said that earlier.
Well, yeah. It was just all around bad. I mean, we had them early. I think we were up 10 or so real early in the game, and got a couple more turnovers, didn't come away with any points, and some calls went bad against us, and we just kind of lost our way.
Yeah,
they went zone, and we just didn't handle it very
gotcha.
good. And they're a quality team. I mean,
they're
a quality
pretty
team,
good.
real quality team.
And we had 3 starters fell out.
Yeah, I do.
So,
I
remember that.
It was, that's all right.
Foul
I
trouble.
mean,
It was too early.
but
It was too early.
through all that, the way we bounced back, we beat Union, 15 to 20, and then playing Bartlesville, that third day, and being able to prepare for David and what we needed to do there, and we played really well. So I was happy with how we bounced back, unhappy with how we started.
Right.
And then we could always say, hey, we don't we screw around again. I mean, somebody can beat us. It showed. Crossing showed. They because we'd lost to Faith Family early, but they 7 D1 kids and all that. So it really wasn't something that we were our kids could say, oh man, we slipped up. So it was kind of a wake up call, I think, maybe.
I got you, Coach. I'm gonna ask you a question, and Dylan, I'm gonna ask you almost the same question. First question to you is, what does Dylan mean to Edmond North's program? And Dylan, what does Coach mean to you?
Jeez. Well, I mean, he'll leave Edmond North as all-time leading scorer, all-time leading rebounder. Probably, I would think the most wins. I mean, I can't imagine somebody that's played 4 years, regardless of what happens this year, semis his freshman year and then two state championships, regardless of how this year pans out. What he's brought is a composure, a competitiveness, an example on the floor. that'll probably last a lot longer than me. You know, it's a generational type deal. He's my first D1 signee in my, you know, coaching career. So proud, you know, to be called his coach, and you know, happy that, you know, in today's age, I mean, a lot of kids bounce around, and he's been one that's been very consistent. And, you know, mom and dad are extremely supportive. You know, everything hadn't been perfect, but they've always been very supportive of everything that we're doing. So I think just hopefully that, you know, younger kids coming up see his competitiveness and his drive and just his willingness to do whatever it is to win a game. I mean, whatever that might be. So extremely proud.
Gotcha. And Dylan, what does coach mean to you?
I mean, as soon as I came in my, you know, 8th grade year, freshman year, starting then, there was 12 seniors on the team. And it was, I mean, I didn't think I was, you know, going to start every game almost. I think I did 2 games I didn't start my freshman year, something like that.
Early and didn't start.
2 games, and then
let him work his way in.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
But, you know,
I mean, he was a 14-year-old freshman too. It wasn't like he was old. You know, he didn't get held back. He was. I mean, he did have a beard already. I mean,
but like going into it, I just didn't. You know, I didn't think I was going to start every game. And you know, he trusted me, put me on the floor, and towards the end of the season, you know, I mean, I was our best player almost, or. Yeah, I was.
Go ahead. That's fine.
And so,
I mean,
and so, you know, he put a lot of trust in me,
For
and
sure.
you know, I have a lot of trust in him. I mean, great coach. I mean, it plays amazing. How many plays we have, everything you come up with is crazy. And then, I mean, just freshman to my sophomore year was a huge change for us. We got to the semis my freshman year, but it felt like we just failed, honestly, because how the team was, just the team connection, everything, how practice was every single day. Sophomore year, he completely changed everything. Our whole team chemistry, our, you know, our culture of the team, honestly. And that was when people overlook culture. They say culture. I go on college visits. People say culture. They say they got culture. They don't have culture.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just something that's overlooked that people say, but we really do, and that's why we've won 2 in a row.
I gotcha. That's a good deal.
Is there any team that you haven't played that you want to play?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. It seems I haven't played it. Definitely, I've never played a Wasso.
Okay.
I got you.
Gotcha.
yeah, you played Sky Tech tournament against him, right? Or was that the year before you came?
No, yeah. Never played a Wasso. And it should have pretty good, so.
That's right.
It'd be a really good game.
What about you?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. I mean, I'm old and decrepit. We've competed against everybody. I loved competing against Booker T because
sure.
I mean, I really like Eli and
Yeah,
what he
for sure.
stands for.
Yeah,
and,
shit, me too. Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
I'd love to play Dale. I mean, I think it would be the game that, you know, everybody wants to see.
I want to
So let me ask you this.
But, Owasso's a great team, too.
I can make that call. I can make that call. Now, we got a good relationship with Nick Wilson.
This is...
Do I need to make it first round?
No, not first round. Jeff Edmonds and I had talked about, you know, before pre-district stuff that they did. Hey, let's play. Let's play. And we're going to play a regular season game. Ended up their girls coach wouldn't agree to it because our girls were pretty good.
That
Yeah, our girls are pretty good
for sure.
But we wanted that matchup, and I think it's something that would be fun. I mean, him and Dayton go way back; they're good friends.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know,
No, he talked highly of you for sure.
so I mean, it would be fun. But again, Owasso's going to be a high level team. So, you know, I know they, you know, pre-state tournament they would love to have their chance at us. And
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So I mean, Crossing is going to be a good matchup if we played them again. Or what? I mean, crap. Weatherford.
Yeah, it feels low.
I mean, you know,
I mean, TOC is just gonna be competing.
Yeah, man, every night.
Really good.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
competing, and I mean, even playing Dale, you know, you bring up Dale Owasso. Those are just 2 fun games. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
2 fun games to play.
For sure. Okay.
A lot of you know, high level competition.
Yeah.
And it starts for us playing a district game against PC North, who hasn't been a conference team, so that's a completely different team.
Yeah,
right. You know, we played them Dylan's freshman year in the area championship game and got beat. So that's different. You know, Coach Jeffries had a lot of success at Millwood, so you know it's every game's something different because it's kind of like, well, you know, what are teams going to do this time? What are they going to try to do this time?
For sure.
So it'll be different with districts playing everybody twice. That'll be something new for us.
Gotcha. Dylan, why Wyoming?
I went up there. I was supposed to take I had 3 visits scheduled, 3 official visits. I had Wyoming, then San Jose State, and then Davidson. I was thinking about adding Loyola Chicago maybe, but I hadn't yet. So I went up there not really thinking anything of it. First day, I liked it. Not a lot though. I was kind of still like thinking about it. Wasn't sure. And then second day I was down there on the official. I talked to more of the guys. That was the most important thing to me. The guys and the coaches. I mean that was it. The guys and the coaches. And I fell in love with the place too. Just after I was down there, I didn't want to go to another visit. I didn't want to go to another visit.
Okay, so you cut it off after that.
I didn't take another one.
Gotcha.
I took that was really my only. I took 2 official visits, but one was 2 years ago.
Did your mom?
A year and a half ago.
So while you was up there, and of course your parents play a big part, and I got a good relationship with your dad. Did your mom and dad play? Did you tell them like, hey, this is where I want to be, and they backed you 100%?
They go. Always. There was never a time when they weren't like, it's 100% your decision. You know what I mean? There's no time where they try to convince me. They go, I told them I wanted to commit, and they go, you commit then. You commit.
I got you.
And I knew as soon as I got back I wanted to. After coaches, players, and I just felt like I fit in.
Let's
Can I add to that?
You can't.
Wyoming was the only team in the recruiting process when they talked to me. They were like, they weren't. Most teams would call and say, "Hey, we don't really know where he fits defensively, or can he play on the perimeter? We just don't know." Wyoming was, this is where he's going to be for us. This is what we do. This is why he's going to be great. It wasn't anything they were going to try to work him into how they played. How he played, they wanted that, and this is this is why he's going to be great for us.
Gotcha.
So I was extremely impressed just by that.
Gotcha.
They wanted him definitely and wanted his style to play without having to change him.
I got you, Dylan. Let's go back a little bit. You started playing in the first grade traveling. Now, how old are you now?
17.
17. What would you tell the first grade Dylan? Is there anything you'll do different? Some advice you would tell yourself back then?
Always play hard, and I feel like people would take that for granted. Always play hard. Even when I was little, like my dad would always yell at me when I was little. We're running sprints, whatever it was. My dad would always yell at me, and I'm like, what? Thinking about it when I was back then, I was like, why are you always yelling at me? Why was you? I looked at clips. I was not playing hard. You always play hard, and people take that for granted so much, and it's almost a skill now. Playing hard, it's almost as a skill.
For sure. Okay, this is our last question, and we do appreciate.
Stay away from cheerleaders.
This is our last question before we get out of here. And Coach, you can go first. Then Dylan, what's your why? Why do you coach?
Oh man, I love kids. I love seeing people grow and taking them from something that they don't really believe they can do, and giving them a belief and just watching them grow into it. And of course, the love of the game. Oh my gosh, basketball. Whew, man, there's a time in my life I had to figure out that my family needed to come first. Basketball is everything to me. And again, I love the game. I love thinking the game. I love the chess match between coaches but just to see kids that didn't really believe in something and see them mature and accomplish something is just really special.
Yeah, man. Dylan, what's your why? Why do you play basketball?
I just love competing. That's what it is. It's always been that. I love competing, love going out there. I almost don't get nervous anymore. I really don't. I just because I just like to go out there and just play hard. That's how it is. I just love competing against other people and win or lose. It's a fun thing. And basketball's bad. Really is my life. Basketball's bad, I'm bad. Basketball's good, I'm good. That's how it is. That's how it is. And so, that's what it comes down to.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Dylan, appreciate you coming down. And the last thing, Coach, is just from afar looking, like you said, we got a chance to witness it. His boy's sophomore year, my nephew, Cam, you do a hell of a job.
I appreciate it.
Hell of a job.
Thank you.
Hell of a job. I was pretty confident every game we played that year, but it was some nerves playing you guys.
You weren't as nervous as I was.
No, we was nervous. Trust me, we was nervous.
I just closed my eyes. Hey, at that point in those games like that, it's all about them.
All about
them making plays. We were down at halftime, broken arrow on 5-8. I just trust we're going to make
Talk of the town, now on age.
It's nothing.
Shout out, Darnell and Dwayne.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a joy.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918. We appreciate the back state champs, Edmond North, for pulling up on us.
Another year is coming round. Working hard and putting it down. The twins is looking for the talk of the town. Bryce Thompson is the talk of the town. Yeah. You know how this game goes. Good grace, keep your game cold. That's gon' get your pockets swole. The twins is looking for the talk of the town.
Minutes like Prentice, hand me the ball, handle business. I'm smooth like Wayman, who put that work in without playing. I shook him like Jacob. Don't need the mask, keep the makeup. A big shot like Bowie. Things can get real entrepreneur-y. I'm epic like Edmond McClain fame. I'm Shay selling. Guess it's a V thing. I'm out the mud, I swear the D train. Haters can't stand it. Like Calvin George, left-handed bandit. The key on the camera. Keep flying high, it ain't no landing.
Another year is coming round. Working hard and putting it down. The twins is looking for the talk of the town. Bryce Thompson is the talk of the town.